that case. Doug must be over here somewhere in this area that I don't really trek back to a whole lot. Oh, Doug!
Hey,
How you doing?
What are you doing here?
You, Harmonia? We were just discussing what to do with all the stuff that Lau left behind. Rifle, his protective gear, shirts, jacket, bed, blankets, bottle of expensive liquor, and a framed photo of his family. Side and Shingo might get their old bodies back and come home one day. Their stuff is fine. Wow. Anyway, what do you think we should do with it? Maybe that's one of the reasons why they left Lau the way they did in this, because then things like this wouldn't make any sense. Can I have the booze? Are you serious? Come on, there's no time to be joking around. I was planning to take that booze for myself. Seriously. Would you mind if I took it? The rest of this stuff will probably all be seized and disposed of one way or the other. But I could hold on to the bottle for him. And if he ever did come back, I don't know, maybe me and him could keep it together. I should probably hang on to that photo too. How happy his family looks. We all left our families behind when we boarded the White Whale. Don't take this the wrong way. We can't allow ourselves to forget that we bear a great responsibility to those we sacrifice in order to reach this planet. I'm going to work hard to honor Lau and his family. I'll do it by fighting to survive here on Mira. Hope you'll help me in this. Speaking of which, I think you should take his weapon and armor. Better than letting them go to waste. Don't worry. If just a couple of things go missing, I'll get chewed out and that'll be the end of it. We received all of Lau's gear. Oh, interesting. That's through Doug's heart-to-heart. Played Doug's heart-to-heart, love and loss. Okay, interesting. Almost 60% here. But yeah. How do you clear that hexagon? That's kind of like a lingering old mechanic from the original game that you don't really have to engage with anymore, but you still do for segment recon because that's how it worked in the original. So in this game, you have this menu where you can put people like in at any time. This didn't exist in the original game. If you wanted to put people in your party, you needed to go seek them out where they hang out, talk to them, and then it opens a menu where you can put them in specifically, not everyone, just them specifically. So every character has a character hangout where you can go chat to them and put them into the party. So you're like major quality of life upgrade with Definitive Edition. But it's still tied to segment recon. Yeah, so you really didn't want to like put other party members in your party in like the original game, trade them out that much, because it was such a pain in the ass to go around like to their hangout to go pick them up. And unlike this game, they didn't level in the background. So if they weren't actively in your party, they weren't gaining levels. So even if you did seek them out and put them in, their level will be ass and like not compared to like your party. So like, why would you do it? But this game has more incentive to like actually play around with other party members. But character hangouts still exist because they're tied to segment recon from the original game. So character hangout, Doug is down here. That's the thing that throws off a lot of new players is they see like the segment for Doug's character recon and think that he's up there somewhere. He's down here on this little elevated platform above the hangars and stuff. So you have to jump down and then you talk to him. Really can't do it in Blade Barracks? Nope. You have to go chat to them. So you come up like this. Hopefully that dumbass will be able to come back to his old bodysuit. Then I'll be able to help him atone for all the suffering he's caused. But until then, I'll have plenty of free time on my hands. Want to take me somewhere? I'll go wherever. So you have these conversations and then you say like yes or no. You click yes. All right, now we're talking. Let's go. And this is how you added them in the original game. Of course, this game, it just opens up like the whole menu. But the original game, it would just give you the option to add Doug because I just chatted with him. That's how it works. So, you know, that mechanic still exists around pretty much just for segment recon. The actual need for it outside of recon has kind of been done away with. Does the hex never get cleared? No, it gets cleared. You just need to go chat with them. So like this character hangout with Doug is cleared. And that's how it worked in the original game. You just come and you chat with them once at the place that they hang out. And then it counts the segment as complete because you went and chatted with them. This is how it works. So you just literally need to go and talk with Doug and then you get the segment recon. This is all you gotta do. You can even just click refuse there. You don't have to add him to your party. Just click refuse and then like segment recon is done because you chat with him at his hangout spot. That doesn't even matter in this game. Oh, it looks like HB is chatting to my dog, so this is a dog required one. Oh, Ammonia. I can't believe it let you see me like this. You, of all people. This is so humiliating. I was just performing my secret training regimen when this dog happened by. This is the first time I've ever stopped to pet a dog, I swear. Thank you for being kind to my pet. What? This animal belongs to you. It all makes sense now. That explains why it would appear just in time to interrupt my training regimen. They say that dogs resemble their owners. Now I see just how true that is. Nevertheless, I feel I must discuss a comment I made when we last spoke. When last we spoke. Before, I said that I do not see New LA as a place for rest and relaxation, but instead as a forge upon which to temper my skills. I may have been mistaken. I realized that just now, as I was petting this dog. While I'm in New LA, pursuing my secret training regimen is, of course, incredibly important. Reminding myself of our struggle's ultimate point is also important, perhaps even more so. Otherwise, no matter how strong my sense of purpose, I could lose sight of what I'm fighting for. Our goal as Blades is not just to fight for this world, but to live in happiness upon it. Yeah. Yes, I'm truly grateful that I met this dog. And, to a lesser extent, complete HP's heart-to-heart, a kindly man. Sounds like most anti-quality of life feature for no real reason I've ever heard of in my entire life. Yeah, the fact that you have no incentive to really be experimenting with putting other people in your party because they don't gain EXP in the background. And if you want to put them in your party, you have to go around to like their hangout spot, chat with them. So if you want to put like 3 other members in your party, you got to go to this member's hangout spot first, put them in your party. Go chat with the next person over there at their hangout spot, put them in your party. Go over into like the commercial district, chat with that person, put them in your party. But that's the way it was in the original game, and it was genuinely terrible. It was quite awful. So, very, very major improvement. I thought that was 4. Was that 5? I guess I'll come chat over here now. Lynn in the morning. With how busy the hexagon menu is as well, memorizing every location sounds awful. Yep. Yeah, it very much was. And do you know what really sucked about the original game? The hexagons didn't look like this in the original game when you completed them. When you completed them, here, I'll show the thingamabob again of, you know, my little reference for how much progress I had made. Let's show the administrative district, this one here. It's opening on my main monitor, even though I keep on moving the images over there. So let's just switch input here. When you complete a segment in the original game, you can see the other stuff that I pulled up here. I thought I saw an extra chat, and then I thought I saw my icons being weird. I might be losing my mind. This is how it looked in the original game when you completed an icon. They all look the same. So, like, here's this, where it's like, even as it's checked and done, it still marks, like, what the thing was. Like, I can tell at a glance, like, this one is a treasure icon. This one is a character hangout. This one is a heart-to-heart, you know? I can still tell. That isn't hidden. In the original game, it shows the things, like, before they're done. Like, these are all affinity missions. It shows the icons for affinity mission. That is a regular quest, it looks like, but these ones are affinity missions. Once they're done, they are all marked the exact same. You can still click on them, and then it shows you the description of what it was. So you can click on the Wii U gamepad on this map, and it'll tell you, Doug can often be found here. This was for the basic quests, like L's thingamabob, L's market, whatever the hell the thing is. So you can still click on them and find out. But you can no longer tell at face value, like, well, compared to Definitive Edition, so maybe I should say, like, no longer. You can't tell at face value if it's a character hangout. So either you memorize it, you Google it, or you have, like, a rough idea and you go around, like, clicking hexagons until you see the one that says, like, Doug can be found here. And then it doesn't even say where here. You just have to, like, run around the hexagon until you find him. And like I've mentioned, the hexagons, they don't account for verticality. So when I was saying that it's a kind of beginner mistake thinking that Doug's on like the upper level here, when he isn't, and you have to actually jump down a level and then you find him on the lower level, and not even the lowest level, kind of like a level just above the lowest level because he's kind of on that overhang. So, you know, not even having like a direct marker to him at that point, just memorize it, Google it, and then go to it, or, you know, have fun clicking hexagons until you find the right one again, until you see this description, Doug can often be found here. And then either you have like a general gist from having done it before, oh yeah, I think he's here, or you completely forget, and then you run around the hexagon trying to find him, and then you can't even find him again, because you don't realize he's on the lower level, and then you end up Googling it anyway, and then you go and like get Doug in your party. That wouldn't be that bad if you never had to touch it ever again, but the fact that you have to remember where in that mess the party member is in, God, that sounds awful. Yep. There was a lot of really, really shit things about the design of the original Xenoblade Chronicles X game that this game makes major improvements upon. So again, there are some ways that I like the Wii U version more. Some small things, but even just like the quality of life upgrades alone in this game justify it over the original game. Because my god, the original game was very poorly handled in a lot of ways. And I think the party member way was definitely one of the most striking factors. It is so much better in this version. Alright, so morning. Like, after playing this version, it makes me realize, wow, how did I ever get by with, like, the whole party member stuff with the Wii U version? Oh, I remember. I didn't. I just made myself OP, and I never bothered with, like, building the rest of my party, like, ever. I just stuck with Elma, Lynn, and then I think I put, like, Arena in or something like that. Maybe Celica sometimes. And then I just, like, forgot about it, and I never bothered to put anybody else in my party ever again. Why would I? Their levels are gonna be ass. I'd have to grind them up before I can use them. And it's a pain in the ass to even go get them. So I just didn't. Hey, Harmonia. I was just staring up at the Manon ship. Isn't it incredible? I wonder how the Manon ever discovered that technology. That thing is so huge, and it isn't even flying. It just kind of floats. Makes virtually no noise, and runs off an extremely clean energy source. With everyone's help, I was finally able to complete the Scale Flight module. Us humans are still a ways off from being able to match the Manon on the technology front. Why don't we just, like, make Scale Flight with their technology? I don't get that. I've seen a lot of ganglion tech that impressed me too, you know. Like that Zoofarg, I think it was called. Yeah, we're nowhere near being able to add flight capabilities to such massive machines. I'd love to pay a visit to the labs at Meredith and cohort Candid Incredible. Bet I could learn a few things. Just my cheer here a little bit. Kind of kick back, take it easy, just lean back and look like the most laid back, half-tired streamer ever. I'll go with you. I'm sure it'd be fun to have you come along. That's probably not worth the effort. I've made tons of requests to these guys, but they always turn me down. They may be making equipment for Blade. They're still corporations. They're not about to start sharing their trade secrets. And yeah, the Manon will work with us, but that doesn't include supplying us with their core technologies. Anyway, I hope I'm not worrying you. I haven't been working on this stuff night and day or anything. Taking some occasional time off. I almost been on my case about it. Says I'll burn myself out if I don't relax more. As long as you're enjoying yourself. Thanks for saying that. That's like me with streaming content creation stuff. I love tinkering with machines. It's a lot of fun. Same depending on the machine. Like computers or old vehicles, stuff like that. My designs don't work out most of the time, but I can always try again as much as I want. I think Alma's worried about me getting so obsessed with my fiddling that I stopped taking care of myself. And when I say something like, I'll only do it for an hour today, 5 hours go by before I even realize it. That's like me playing this game. Honestly, just having this conversation makes me want to run home and grab a wrench. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on the Skells. See you back at the barracks. Lynn's heart-to-heart connections. Alright, let's see here. The only flaw with Xenoblade 1 Original is just that the quest system and where you need to go for quests by comparison. That's about it. I would argue that there's a decent amount of flaws with Xenoblade 1 Original, but I would need to, like, probably think on some. I think that things like the break topple system could be better explained. It's basically like tooltip towards the beginning of the game. If you didn't have it memorized, then sucks to suck by the time you get to the Zord fight and you have to Google it or look into like the guides in the game or something like that. Because that was what happened to me the first time I played the game. I felt like there were so many tutorials and it really overloaded me. I don't have the issue anymore because I've played through Xenoblade 1 5 times. But when I first played, it was very much information overload. And then when I actually needed to use specific mechanics, I just couldn't for the life of me. Data Probe Revolution, maybe I'll do that really quickly because he's just going to want me to give him uranium. What else with stuff with the original? I guess, yeah, just mention like the whole quest system and like the affinity chart and all that. I think that the issues with like permanently missable stuff is pretty big. Like, oh, you didn't get this stuff for the Collectopedia in the Mechonis field? Mechonis is gone now. Guess you're never getting that again. Like, there's that. I don't think on my first playthrough I knew that I could read the tooltips. So I ended up Googling it back then. But I'm sure that with like definitive, you definitely can't. I probably could in the original. I probably didn't realize it. But my first time playing it was on the 3DS in my teenage years. And I was probably just really impatient. I wanted to get to the point, most likely. Oh, it's you. Sorry, am I being obvious? Well, I told you Kirsty pulled strings so I could present my work to some industry heads, right? And it went well. So I thought, anyway. I've heard nothing since that day. Nothing. Research is at a total standstill. But yeah, let's see here. I thought it told you when stuff was no longer available. Is that really definitive edition exclusive? Well, it tells you that it's no longer available. That doesn't mean that you can go and get it. Like, if you didn't get, like, this stuff in McConaughey's Field when you had the chance, I don't think you can ever get it. If you didn't get affinity coins from, like, the unique monsters in McConaughey's Field and other places that are out of bounds later, like all of McConaughey's, the Ether Mines, I don't think there's any any unique monsters in the Ether Mine. But there's 4 unique monsters on Sword Valley, I think. I think it might be 4 timed quests I'm getting mixed up with. There's 4 timed quests on Sword Valley that are permanently missable. All the stuff on the McConaughey is permanently missable, including all of the unique monsters and their corresponding affinity coins. You don't do that in time, it's gone forever. It's locked on that save file. I don't believe it did. I don't at all recall that. It's just like, surprise, you know, Galahad Fortress is destroyed and you can never go back to Sword Valley again. Or, you know, goodbye McConaughey. There's no chance to go back and get this stuff now unless you do New Game Plus. I've heard nothing since that day. Nothing. My research is at a total standstill. Face the truth that no one cares. Don't give up. Oh, you're right. I know my battle probes are going to spark a revolution. I just have to keep reminding myself of that truth. Thanks. I feel a little better. I owe you for more than just a mountain of uranium. I've been working on a new series of battle probes that helps fighters defend against attribute damage. It's the last of the designs I made aboard the White Whale. This one doesn't convince my detractors. I'll admit defeat. But I ask your help one last time. A big favor. 40,000 units of uranium. Sure, man. Just so I get the quest done there. You understand, right? I mean, you've used my battle probes more than anyone. No, I haven't. I haven't used them at all. These things make a difference. They keep our people alive in the field. In the right circumstances, I'll make more of a difference than any skill or weapon could. I don't know about that. I'll be waiting here for that uranium. I'll produce a new type of battle probe that the arms industry grass can't ignore. Hey dude. I'm 110% ready to go. You secured the uranium yet? Sure, here you go. Alright, time to realize my finest design. The attribute resistance probe. It's nothing even I've made before. It's like nothing even I've made before. I gave him 30,000, I gave him another 40,000. There still hasn't been a uranium tick, and I could still afford an Ares 90. Well, your hopes get sky high. Definitely the most uranium storage I've ever had before, and it'll probably go up when I redesign my network. But now that you're here, listen to a quick story. Just as I finished working on this, I was contacted by a bigwig from one of the arms manufacturers. Turns out they want me to head up their new project. Pretty massive undertaking from the sound of it. Which is probably why it took so long for them to get back to me. Finally saw the value of my battle probes. All my work. It's isn't a dream, is it? 1, 2, 3. Sure, congratulate. If it could have happened without you. Thank you. Promise I'll never forget this. Figure this might be the last time I get to hand you one of my battle probes in person. Here, my gift to you. My greatest masterpiece. The Attribute Resistance Probe. Install one in a Frontier Nav probe site and it'll boost all your attribute resistances as long as you're fighting in that region. Use it to keep the city safe. In the meantime, I'll dedicate the rest of my career to fortifying ULA as well. After all, the city is the final bastion of mankind here on Mira. There we go. Actually, yeah, you might be right thinking about it more. I played Xenoblade 1 Original first, but didn't get a chance to complete it until Xenoblade Definitive Edition. Fair enough. He's gonzo. I got some more stuff done. Let's finish off these heart-to-hearts, and then I'll do that affinity quest that gets me crap with the depressed Velik skull. And I can start, like, zooming around and stuff. Maybe or maybe I should go refight Yggdrasil 0 and get stupid Ares 90. And then I end up switching to our Oppressed Velik before the next stream anyway. So I can zoom around the world. I can check what the materials for it are. When evening, what? Arena must not be in the party. Alright, so let's see here. So evening. Been a hell of a long time since I played Xenoblade 1 Original. Or they likely sold it years ago. Yeah, that, would well be possible then.
Man, this is it.
Evening, Harmonia. Funny running into you here, huh? I was just about to go have dinner with Matthias and Lieutenant Arena. The lieutenant wanted to buy something at that store, so I'm just waiting for her to finish. Shouldn't be too long now. I'm gonna take Arena's place at dinner. You insane? Arena would be furious. The only thing I'd be eating for dinner would be the burst grenade she shoved down my throat. And after all the time I spent planning to get her something really great for her birthday, I probably wouldn't even accept it. I already put a pre-order down on that new Sakuraba Industries assault rifle, but I still don't know if that's the best gift for her or not. Recommend a Meredith weapon instead. Recommend Candid Incredible Protective Wear instead. That's super sexualized stuff, I think. Buy Arena a ring. Seriously? It's moving a bit fast, don't you think? I mean, I don't even know if I have enough money. I have to buy a matching set of rings, right? Huh? I wonder if instead of buying a pre-made one, make one out of resources mined through Frontier now. What resource should I use? Monstones or Everfreeze ore? Oh, looks like the lieutenant's coming back out. I've gotta go. We can work together on a mission soon. Blake wins Heart to Heart the Matchmaker, and there's an affinity quest of the exact same name as that. Yeah, let's go see Alexa here. Not like he ever lets me see any of the childhood copies of games anymore. I don't know if he has any. I have no idea that things are around, or maybe they're not. Ooh, intel. Let me grab this really quickly. The containers in lower level of residential district. They might have nice chairs. Hi, Harmonia. Aren't VTOL aircraft incredible? You know Matthew the mechanic, right? He calls our VTOL transports V-transfers. As you might expect, the name hasn't really caught on. When I think of airplanes, I still imagine the old school kind with propellers. My dad had a single prop airplane back on Earth. Every time he used to take me up in that thing, I'd spend the trip praying we didn't die in a crash. Kinda weird to think I'll never ride in it again. Why she hasn't brought up you-know-what? You're very perceptive. Yes, that's correct. I'm trying not to talk about you-know-whats today. Premium games I've dumped way too much money into. Mika said that if she has to listen to one more speech about you-know-what, she's going to have the maintenance center reset my brain. Even with that, I still can't stop thinking about running my fingers down the chases of a... you-know-what. What if Tika's right? My brain is broken. Anyway, I'm trying to prove that I can control my obsession. There's nothing wrong with me. But it's pretty hard. Support. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was trying to talk about plain old aircraft. I mean, transport aren't so dissimilar from you-know-whats. They're impressive in their own way, right? Much less impressive, obviously. They make for a nice change of pace. I mean, kinda. You know, standing here, talking about this stuff is really bumming me out. I think I'm gonna go take a little walk down in the administrative district. Just to get some fresh air, mind you. Not so I can look at any, what's out of the corner of my eye. I played Alexa's heart-to-heart meteor launcher. Meteor launcher, what? He's likely sold everything. That'd be sad there. So you have a fifth one around here? Yeah, all the heart-to-hearts should be available. So if I have them all done, I have them all done, I guess. Probably. I mean, there's maybe some that I need to, complete affinity missions for first. I probably do, right? Is there any more that say, heart-to-heart here? Yeah, this is Murderous's fifth heart-to-heart. View the fourth heart-to-heart. So I can probably only do that after certain affinity quests. So I think I've done all the heart-to-hearts that I can for now anyway. I think we're pretty good. So maybe I'll do this thinking makes it so thingamabob. So I might just do. Or, hold on a hot ticker here. If I start using Hresvelg skills as my main point A to point B thing and start farming for our thing, do I want to get this Ares 90 first? Do I want to do this quest first and see what the materials even are for the Hresvelg in case I decide that there's a lot of overlap and I don't want to use all these Ares materials and I'd rather use them on a Hresvelg level 60 because I don't necessarily need an Ares 90 anytime soon here or anything. As long as I can fight things on the ground, I'm killing them. But if something's in the air, I am getting a little bit screwed. Oh my god. They're all spawning in this tile. I haven't seen that happen before. I would have thought that they would spawn some other tiles. Hey, look, I got some more Moranium and stuff. All my arms manufacturers are maxed out, so I don't have any reason to do stuff there. But yeah, maybe I can build a Harassvelig skull a little bit instead of an Ares skull. Just because it'll make, like, getting from point A to point B easier. They seem to be really fast. So, yeah. I wanted to recruit Mia this stream, and I want to do this quest. These are the... I'm gonna hit 100 hours this stream. These are the big things that I want to ham out with this stream. Mia, Harassvelig skulls. Thinking makes it so. Let's do it.